Hello, good evening. Yeah, I almost didn't went live today because I just had to go to see Joy because she wasn't feeling too well. When I saw her this afternoon, and then I got the message that she was looking okay by the person that was feeding tonight, that she was looking okay and that she was active and normal, but that she wasn't eating. So then I got a little bit worried, so I just went to see Joy, and I just got back now. So I actually thought I didn't make it to go live tonight. But here I am. And Joy, by the way, was okay. Well, she was more than okay. She was very active and eating. So I guess that it was just a coincidence. So anyways, the statement for tonight is something that people might feel very strongly about when they are training with positive reinforcement training themselves. And that is when you say that you use positive reinforcement, you can never ever use pressure again, because that would be wrong. And if you would, if you want to be in the positive camp, then you cannot use pressure at all. And that's not true. No, I really don't agree with this proposition. I do think that you can use anything you need to use. And yes, that is pressure. And yes, that can be positive corrections, positive punishment. Anything you need is something you can use. And I do think that if you want to be a positive reinforcement trainer, that you have to be careful. And you have to be cautious of when you do use pressure. Hey, that's so nice. I can see all the people watching. Hello. So you just have to be cautious when you are using pressure. And for example, if Joy wouldn't be okay tonight, and if the vet had to come and she wouldn't want to leave, for example, her friends, then obviously I would use pressure. However, I wouldn't use pressure if, let's say, I wanted to do something in training that she didn't want to do. So I do know when to use pressure and when not. But I think the whole idea that we have to be without force and we have to be without pressure or punishment can just lead to a tremendous pressure on our shoulders. And I think our shoulders also have to be able to carry the ideas and the philosophies that we use in training. So I don't think it's healthy for us to work with this ideal or this standard. And I would just replace it by being careful and cautious of the times you do use pressure and you do use even a positive correction, because again, it's not something that's bad per se. It just depends on the situation, and it also depends on the balance. So how much pressure do you use? How often do you use it? And I would like to see that we use pressure in some case of emergency, for example, and when it has happened, that we would analyze and reflect on the situation and say, well, okay, so we had to use pressure because of the emergency, and that's totally okay. We don't have to feel guilty about it. But is there a way that we might be able to prevent it? Because in some cases, using pressure is totally okay. But after a while, we can see that there's another way of dealing with the situation without pressure and without aversives. So just be reflecting on the stuff you do with your horse and be cautious. And I think that's my idea on this statement. So don't feel guilty. Don't feel like you're a bad horse owner when you force your horse into doing something. And just know when it's appropriate and know when it's not. Bye.